All right, welcome back to another episode of the Cape Coral Waterfront podcast. Today in the studio, I have a very special guest. You might recognize him, Santa Claus. Santa Claus, thanks for taking the time.
Good afternoon. How are you, David?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good.
Good. Usually I ask people how long they've been doing whatever they've been doing when I interview them, but I kind of know your story. I actually read your bio. It says that you were born in 280 AD.
That's correct.
280 AD, okay. In Patara near Mira, it said. Mm-hmm. Where the heck is that?
Turkey.
It's modern-day
Modern-day Turkey.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So it says here you gave away all your inherited wealth, and you were famous in the beginning of your career for having given 3 young girls a dowry so that they could become married and avoid slavery.
Yes.
Okay. When did you go into full-time, large-scale toy manufacturing and rapid distribution?
In 1327.
In 1327. Mm-hmm. All right. And so that's when you just decided, hey, you know, this little onesie-twosie, helping the 3 girls thing was good, but I want something bigger.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm 1,800 years old, so, you know,
right.
things are doing well.
Yeah. So Santa Claus is an anglicized version of Sankt Nikolaus, which is German for Saint Nicholas. Evidently in the 1500s, Martin Luther had a problem with people praying to a saint.
He didn't have a sense of humor.
Yeah, which is like technically unbiblical. So you're rebranded as Christkind, which is the German for Christ child.
Right.
Because it's like okay to pray to the Christ, but not to the... So you were the Christ child. And in fact, my wife grew up in Czech Republic, and they always got their gifts from the Christ child. And I always thought that was weird, but that's where that comes from, evidently.
Right.
It's just a rebranding to fit in with Martin Luther's ideals of don't pray to the saints.
Right.
So Christkind became Kris Kringle. It's like the Americanized, anglicized version of Christkind. So let me just ask you, when you're out having beers with your friends, do they call you Nick or Chris?
They call me Chris.
They call you Chris?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but your real name is Nick?
Well, Nicholas.
Okay, but you just go by Chris because the Kris Kringle thing is...
Right. Like your son. Your son is Nick.
Right. Yeah, he is.
But his name is Nicholas.
Right, exactly. Okay, so all the, like, all your publicity basically came from the Germans. You know, all the German... pronunciations of the name. Do you think they gave you so much PR just because you got such a tight manufacturing game?
Well, they like the way we manufactured things, the way the elves do things. And back in the day, I helped Carl Benz, you know, with his first car.
Oh, the whole production deal. So you were in on that?
Oh, yes.
Ah, okay. So back when they were doing the first like mainstream production technology, I mean, which everybody thought was new, you were already doing it since the 1300s.
Absolutely.
So late 1800s, you were looking at it like...
It was very easy for us, but it was difficult for them.
Right. Not enough magic carrots in the German diet. Okay. So North Pole sounds pretty cold.
It is.
Yeah, and I have like some inside baseball here on where you spend your winters. Where is it that you and Mrs. Claus spend the winter?
Cape Coral.
Ah, and who helps you buy your snowbird homes?
You do.
Yeah, that's right. So if Santa Claus trusts me, I mean, how can you go wrong with that?
That's right.
And in fact, that's how I got this interview, is when we did the old list one, buy one with the Kringles, and I ended up getting them to come in for this interview. Hey, let's talk about the top toys this year, because I read the list of the top toys, and it's like I don't recognize any of them. My kids are 11 and 13, as you know,
Right.
So they're all into iPads and iPhones, and you know all that stuff.
They're past this age,
Right?
Yes.
So, pooping flamingo. You made some of those, tons of them, huh? Replaced last year's pooping unicorn.
Absolutely.
I'm guessing this is some kind of modern day Fuzzy Pumper Barbershop. Baby Yoda doll. Ring a bell.
Oh, yes.
Squeaky the balloon dog.
Yeah.
You got those going on there. Spotty the Dalmatian, Squeaky balloon dog. Zing Air Go-Go Bird, remote control bird. Yeah, that's a popular. Kid Track's interactive ride-on recycling truck. Now, I don't know. Do kids actually ask you for that, or their parents do?
Their parents do.
Mostly like from Oregon and whatever. Yeah, ride-on recycling truck. I don't remember ever.
Northern California.
Yeah, thinking I was going to ever want one of those. LOL Surprise Remix Hair Flip Dolls. Fail Fix Total Makeover Doll. Power Treads Epic Course Pack, which was like a little racing track for Matchbox cars. Pets Alive Fifi the Flossing Sloth. Now I have to ask you, if this is the top, these are the top 10. How many plastic injection molding machines do you have at the workshop?
We have 1,200 right now.
1,200 running machines.
Yes.
Okay, and was it hard to retrain the elves who started like carving wood?
They started with wood back in the old days, and then as they've transitioned, they've learned new trades, and a lot of them now are in a supervisory or advisory capacity, and they come up with different ideas of new dolls. A lot of the things that you just mentioned were things that they had innovated
At your workshop.
at the workshop.
Now that's another thing I wondered. Is it because I have kind of an engineering manufacturing background. Do you guys just get licensing for these toys? Do you buy them? Or you don't still make all this stuff. You have 1,200 running.
We make a lot of the toys, but then we will license out to Mattel and some of the other manufacturers.
Oh, so you guys are the top end. You guys are the front side of the manufacturing curve there.
Right.
Design engineering, and then you sell it to Mattel?
Correct.
Oh, okay. I never read about that in any Wall Street
No, you won't.
type. Okay. And so the elves, do they live forever, or do they like retire and pass it on to their kids?
No, they live forever.
They live forever.
All my original staff is with me.
They must be some really special breed, because when I worked at General Motors, as soon as like a new computer system came out, all the old guys would throw their towel in and like retire. It's like not easy to get an old guy to adapt to the new. But your guys just transitioned all the way from wood to CNC and injection molding.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's fantastic. Do they have a union?
No.
No union?
No, they never wanted one.
Did they ever go on strike?
Nope. They love what they do.
Yeah?
If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah, that's true. That is good wisdom. Do you guys have OSHA inspections at the workshop?
No, OSHA can't find us.
Ah, that's also clever. That's why you do the North Pole thing.
Absolutely.
Tax advantages, regulations.
Mm-hmm.
That's understandable. All right, so on Christmas Eve, you leave the house really late.
Yes.
And you don't come home until the next morning.
Right.
Now, is that just a once-a-year thing, or would Mrs. Claus let you get away with that like a couple times a year?
I sneak out from time to time.
Because I know some pretty hopping clubs from back in my living in Europe days. Maybe one night you could, pick me up on the roof.
We could do that.
If I could be back before the wife wakes up,
We could do that. We can transition in time.
Could be a good time.
Yes.
Speaking of transportation, let's talk about transportation. You've been going with the reindeer and the sleigh as like your preferred power plant. Now, I imagine, in 1325 in the North Pole, that was basically it, right? The sleigh and the reindeer.
Right.
Now, with all these other options, have you ever thought about talking with Elon Musk about maybe upgrading that to something electric? Or
No, the reindeer it's our tradition, and there's a magic that happens with them that could not happen with a mechanical device.
Ah, okay. So it's like range limited.
Yes.
Just like a real Tesla.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be able to run 240 miles and then recharge.
Oh, right. That'd blow the whole time thing.
Yeah.
You'd risk like some kid waking up while you're plugged in over at the mall.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense. And so the reindeer, what do they eat?
Carrots.
Just carrots?
Magic carrots.
Magic carrots. And do you grow those in some sort of a magic garden?
Yes, it's a hydroponic. Since the North Pole doesn't have light 6 months of the year.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So we have controlled hot houses. Everything's hydroponic. Everything's organic.
And you grow anything else in that hydroponic house?
Yes, but I'm not at liberty to talk about that
Okay.
now.
All right. Now, when I walk my dog, I have to bring a little pack of baggies, for in case the neighbors happen to peek their head out while he's doing his little thing. Have you ever had to scoop any accidents off of someone's roof?
No. Never had a problem. No. The reindeer,
in all these years?
The reindeer are so well trained, they only poop over the ocean.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Magic poop.
Absolutely.
I imagine. So here in Florida, most homes don't have chimneys.
Right.
Okay, and how do you get into the house to drop off the goods?
Basically, I just appear.
You just appear in the house?
Yes.
So you don't need keys to the door?
No keys. Walls don't matter.
You just appear in there?
In and out.
Okay. Drop off the stuff, and then back up to the sled?
Yep.
Off. Do you guys have GPS on the sled?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's been a good development for us.
Yeah, and then with autopilot?
Mm-hmm.
And then that way you don't have to,
right.
tell them where to go next. It's just all
Right.
pre-fed in.
Right.
It obviously has some, it's not like Ray Marina Garmin. It's probably something magic as well.
It is.
Okay. Okay, Santa, I have one more question. You have the ability to know when children are naughty or nice, right?
I do, yes.
Okay. Do you also have the ability to know when moms and dads are naughty and nice?
Oh, of course I do.
Seriously?
Yeah. Do you want me to tell your wife your internet search history for the past year?
On that note, I just wanted to say
Were you kidding me?
I thought
Cookies?
Yeah,
Milk?
I thought you drank cookies and milk.
Christmas Eve, I have enough cookies and milk to last me all year long.
I got Yingling.
That would do it. That would
Okay.
definitely do it.
Okay. Here, why don't you have one of those? It's after 5 o'clock, right?
It is
Okay.
somewhere.
All right. So that's all the questions that I had. Merry Christmas, Santa.
Merry Christmas to you, David.
Thanks for taking the time.
You're welcome. Good stuff.
Good stuff indeed. Hey, everybody. I just wanted to say a very special thank you to Allan and Kathy Engler for helping me put my vision of that corny script together. When I was at their house when they were moving, Kathy had mentioned that her mother made this beautiful Santa Claus suit so many years ago, 30 years ago or so. And I said, hey, we should do a podcast with Santa Claus. And Allan Engler agreed to do it. So I just wanted to say a very special thank you for Allan for taking the time to play Santa Claus and go along with the whole thing. And for Kathy for letting us use her handcrafted family heirloom Santa Claus suit to make it happen. And for each and every one of you with whom I've had a chance to work this year, I just wanted to say thank you. It means a lot to me for you to put your trust in me, whether you're buying or selling a home. And if we haven't had a chance to work together yet, then I look forward to working with you at some point in the future. So until then, have a very safe, healthy, happy, and Merry Christmas. And I will see you guys all in the new year. Merry Christmas.